How good is the Hungering Arrow build on Valla? I've seen a lot of different Valla players build in varying ways, specializing in auto attacks, multi-shot, and Hungering Arrow, thanks to battle momentum being removed from her kit in the last patch. Before the last patch, everyone typically went multi-shot build, and it still appears to be the case, but with searing attacks instead of battle momentum as the backup damage boost on tanks. I decided to delve into the Hungering Arrow build to see if it held any merit. Now for this build, I went full on Hungering Arrow and took talents that made the most out of the spell. At level 1, we take cost-effective materials to reduce the mana of Hungering Arrow to spam it as much as possible. At level 4, we take Puncturing Arrow to increase the range and number of bounces. This is a key talent as it really boosts the versatility and damage of the spell. At level 7, it's Repeating Arrow. This will allow us to use 2 instances of Hungering Arrow in quick succession. For our heroic, I like to take Strafe to give my team a boost of damage in team fights, but Rain of Vengeance can be good if your team needs a stun. At level 13, I take Frost Shot to give my multi-shot a bit of utility and slows for kiting and chasing potential, and at 16 I take Tumbled to give some synergy with the build. Having 2 vaults allows you to fire off Hungering Arrow after Hungering Arrow. For the final talent, I choose Bolt because mobility is never a bad pickup and will make it so they can easily position and fight with the additional vault as well. Now, not too much of this build is going to change how you play. You're still going to be firing off your spells, getting auto attacks in. The only real difference is that you're going to be able to use your Hungering Arrow a lot more often, since it's going to be having a low mana cost in the early game. The real advantage of this build comes in the amount of damage that you can focus onto a single target. Right here I'm able to fire off 2 Hungering Arrows that hits them 8 times, and I'm able to take down an TC from half health. As we can see here, my team has suffered some casualties and are going to be going down. And I'm going to be coming in from the top and able to focus down 2 of them because of the multi-use of Hungering Arrow, able to get off on Zagara and Illidan, and the ultimate, well, it just kind of helps to clean up. One problem that I did see when trying out the Hungering Arrow build is that the minions can often, in a way, cock-block the amount of damage that you can use. Right here, I try to hit it on Zagara, but the arrow tends to go after the minions instead of the heroes. And while I'm still putting off a good amount of damage, I don't think that the Hungering Arrow build allows me to put off more damage or do anything else I couldn't do with the regular multi-shot build or auto attack build. But it can allow for some good chasing potential to chase down your opponents if they're trying to leave a fight, like you can see here. The way I like to play it was to sneak on someone who was in a lane by themselves and get the drop on them, firing off Hungering Arrow after Hungering Arrow to take them down. Now, one advantage of this build is that you have the double vault talent, which allows you to maneuver around a team fight really well. Here I'm able to sidestep the wild growth, and I know that I still have the vault in my back pocket if I need to get out. This build also works really well against an Illidan, as I'm able to continually kite backwards and fire off Hungering Arrows, which deal a lot of damage to Illidan, even if he's using evasive on him. With a little bit of help of Brightwing and Abathur, we're able to take him down and kite the fight backwards. And this is also where the multi-shot slow also comes into effect. It's just an insanely good talent to take. So is the Hungering Arrow build good? Well, kind of. The advantages come from the insane amount of damage you can pull off with multiple Hungering Arrows on 1 or 2 targets, and the increase in mobility with the double vault. But the damage in teamfights seems to be a bit less than the multi-shot build due to not having the range. Also, taking the talents in this build also takes away Blood for Blood and Searing attacks, which already gave you that 1v1 potential that other builds have. What I learned was that it's a build that certainly works and is a ton of fun to play. In this particular game, I was able to mass up over 110,000 hero damage and help bring my team a victory. My opinion is that the Hungering Arrow build is good, but maybe a bit circumstantial. I actually had a lot of fun trying out this build, so let me know what you guys think of it, and thanks for watching.